And welcome back, you guys. Okay, so we do apologize for that day. We had a technical glitch on the other side where this one area was shut off. And on my side of here, it seems that my laptop is about to die. So just check watching the stream on the other one there. But in the time you were gone, we had a look at some of the artwork. And to give you the benefit of that, we're just going to pan through again. And we're going to start off with Daniel. So, Daniel, you were showing us your completed North Star. If you'd be so kind,
Oh,
Robo Robbie, if you would do the honors, let's have a look at that
yeah,
North
yeah,
Star
yeah.
once more. Boom, shakalaka. There we go. Now look at that, people. Look at that.
Mhm.
So there's the juxtaposition, of the different hues, with a subtle undulation there on the left-hand side, at least to my eye. Daniel, how how's on a scale of 1 to stressful? How stressful was this pick for you?
Oh, it wasn't stressful at all. This would be like a 1. Yeah.
Uh,
This one,
huh,
I
huh,
kind of
huh.
knew. I knew what I was doing with it, like from the approach. And unlike, I forget who said that they hate doing backgrounds. I actually
That was me.
did. Oh yeah. Sorry, I did the background first on this one. So I basically painted everything, and then this was like negative space. I'll probably go back in and touch up like highlights and things like that. But it's, you know, and I'll
Mm,
add stars once this is fully dry, because adding white once things are really wet is super dangerous.
Oh yeah,
Uh, I mean, it just turns into like a big white mess.
nightmare.
Yeah, I'll
Joke in there
probably add
somewhere.
Starscape and something like that. So yeah, this
Ah,
one was
brilliant, my man. Brilliant, my
pretty
man.
straightforward.
And now you are onto your Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn. You doing pencils
Yeah,
there?
I'm gonna do an embrace, like the two of them.
Oh, that's awesome.
Very cool.
So yeah,
That's epic.
but it's
That
a
is
square
epic.
piece. I'm doing like a different format for this one.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Okay, so then let's cross over there to Tony Moy. We have roughly 25 minutes left on this particular stream. So once again, thank you for joining us, my friends. Tony,
Hey, what's
woo,
up?
take me through it, brother. Take me through it.
Well, I think I'm coming into the final moments of this. Usually, right now, this thing is pretty wet, just to kind of get all the watercolor textures and in the background and stuff. I'll probably just let this sit and dry, and then I'll come in and just carve out later on, just some areas around the eyes, really pop out the eyes and the ears, and just kind of spot the blacks a little more. But because it's so wet right now, I don't want to. I'm just kind of hesitating, just kind of adding textural pieces. So I might sketch up a small something else on the side too.
On freaking point, my man. On freaking point. Crossing then to my boy Paul. Paul, how are we doing over there with our Catwoman?
Hey man, I think I might finish by the end of this thing. So I'm just laying on some of the values in the foreground, and then I'm gonna make it all red. Um, Hopefully it'll work out. I think it will, but we'll see.
That's looking awesome. That's looking awesome. It has like a sort of noir feel to it, like the now
Yeah,
that I'm
yeah,
seeing it
that was the
all
attempt.
coming through. It has a nice noir feel to it. Loving it over there. Loving it over there. So now, what are you using? What tool is that? Is that a brush? What is that?
Yeah, it's just a simple paintbrush Escoda. I think it's from Spain.
Oh, okay.
Um,
It had like
yeah.
a cap on the back there, so I was like, and
Oh
now,
no, this cap thing comes when you buy most paintbrushes, or not, or
we
many
are poor in
paintbrushes.
Africa, man. We are poor in Africa. Yes. I know
Yeah.
some of you go to Herbert Evans and to Art Savings Club over there. For the rest of us now who are out of here and still buying our brushes at Checkers, just please, right? With that,
But it's just
again,
used to like
very,
protect the brush or the bristles.
very funny references to people in South Africa. Not so much to our international guests, but just very. That being said, Ray, you get my jokes. How's things going on your side, Ray?
It's going super well. I was actually just telling Robbie that unfortunately the stream doesn't look like it's working on YouTube.
I'm watching it on YouTube now. It's it's on a different link. So but I can see your page. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There we go, people.
That would make sense. Let's try that. There we go. Now I can see my
Sweet.
stuff.
We should put
Come
that
on.
up in the. We should put that
Come
up in
on.
the chat just so people.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they have.
Actually,
Ama
Okay, that's good.
technology. Ray, what are you doing? What are
Yeah.
you doing? That looks like
So-
an eraser tool.
I'm doing something very, very cheeky and naughty here. So if anyone's ever been very lazy with backgrounds, okay, like myself, and I really don't feel like drawing the ocean right now, what I do is I make a layer above this one. So I'm gonna show you a very naughty trick that I did here. So I went on to my dear friend Google and I typed in the word ocean. Okay, so there's the ocean over there. So I just drew a nasty little smudgy pastely thing over there. And then I took this picture over here and I used what's called a clipping mask. So what a clipping mask does is it actually directly attaches itself to the content of the layer below it. So you can only see what's on that layer below it. Then I simply go to my dear friend multiply. And suddenly I have ocean that I did not need to draw. So that's it's a great and easy trick because I mentioned this earlier. I can't stand drawing backgrounds, so why make my life harder? Because now all I have to do is just add little specular highlights on the edges here, making it look pretty. In fact, I just want to fix that a bit because I put on an alpha lock. Yes, there we go. All right, so and then just touch it up. So now my horizon's looking all gorgeous. And then all I need to do is drop down the opacity of my brush. And now I can actually just add some lovely tones to this water. Look
I
at
can tell you
that.
now, Daniel is judging you so hard right now.
Oh, I know.
Daniel is judging you so hard.
I do this shamelessly and unapologetically.
That is
Own it,
awesome,
yeah.
dude. That is awesome. That is awesome. I didn't even know such a thing was possible. And you know, that's what the stream is all about, people. That's what the stream is all about. Not only do you get to watch some incredible masters creating incredible works, which you'll also be able to purchase if you were to hop on over to their respective social media platforms, but you also get to learn something as well. So every time you catch up with one of these streams of you can, I guarantee you will leave over here a moderately better artist. You know? So yes. Okay, no, Ray, that is awesome, dude. That is awesome. Loving it.
Thank you.
How was yours?
Whose? Mine.
How was yours?
Okay. So I got sidetracked with talking to everyone. So Robert, if you could just look at my this thing over here. So that's where I stopped. So yeah, I'll probably finish it later. So it's okay. It's not too shabby.
It's looking good.
I think it's better than okay, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Very, very kind. Very, very kind. Yes. So I just need to find a damn eraser. So yeah. But anyway, with that being said, thank you, Paul, for giving me a chance over there to like sparkle.
Yeah. I
let's
like your juxtaposition and the undulation that you used there.
Yes.
Thank you. I Govar very hard at this, and it's I even found just for effect, right? I found this this what you call this thing? It's like a brush that has like a bottle at the end of it, and yeah. So I just did like a little bit of like squiggles and stuff right there on it just to add some mood to my to my piece, And what I want to call it is not everything is black and white.
See what you did there.
Hashtag Govaring. Anyway, Daddy's not gonna do the stream anymore. He's a tough patch. God, this guy's an a-hole. I don't want to do this anymore. I'll just say Govaring. Everyone in the comments, hashtag Govaring, But so let's cross it over there. Mike, the uncouth one. I don't know why uncouth Rooth is like stuck, because he's actually the most polite person here. He's the only person who's like very nice to me, and I keep on saying the uncouth one. So, dude,
I have no table manners. It's all about my table manners. That's where I earn the uncouth Rooth thing.
It's because it's
honestly,
Canadian.
It just rhymes. And that's just kind of a nickname that stuck a long time ago. And I later found out that my dad, the original uncouth Rooth, also went by uncouth Rooth, which I didn't know that beforehand. So he was kind of like, "That's what they called me, son," and I was like, "What?" Yeah,
It's like we're related.
Yeah, it's like a legacy thing, I guess.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
I wanted to be a pro wrestler, so that was going to be my name, but yeah, didn't pan out. But yeah, no, I'm just laying down some ink wash. Like I've got some ink off to the side, and I'm basically just kind of adding some gray tones on top of what I've already kind of hatched in with a pen, and yeah, just adding a little bit of a mood here with some tones. And I think I'm going to fill the whole background with different angles of skulls, kind of looking around. I might even do them in full color, like different colors or something like that. But yeah, just kind of sticking with that kind of classic Sting design, the original design of Constantine, whichever your preference. Yeah, just I've just got a piece of a couple of sheets of paper that I've rolled up and I've stuck in between the cover and the first page of the comic to protect the book while I work on this paper, which is pretty decent paper, but I just don't want to soak through it with the washes and ruin the book. So, yeah.
So Mike, can I ask a technical question?
Sure.
Okay, so when one is doing now these ink washes, you mentioned that you have some ink on the side of there.
Yeah.
So like practically, how does one do it? So do you have the ink pre-mixed with water, or do you dip it in the ink and then get a bit of water, or
no? So yeah, basically, I have. I'll see if I can show it. Kind of a dirty. I use a comic book sleeve actually with a board in it as a palette because it's plastic, so the ink stays live. So basically, what I do is I have my ink in an ink dropper. It's just regular old India ink, and I'll just put a couple of drops down on the palette here, and then I basically get my brush loaded with clean water. And then I just kind of, get a little bit of water puddle happening on the surface. And then I'll just kind of touch the ink into it. And I'll use this as like a little bit of a mixer. And then I very often will have a sheet of paper. I'll just use this one here. And I can kind of test the darkness of it. I can kind of see how dark I want to get. And if I want to just get it lighter, I just dip my brush in the water and kind of rinse it out a little bit. And then I can come in with a slightly more, lighter tone. So it's a little bit of back and forth that way. You can mix up separate, mixtures of ink and wash, but my experience with that is that you never mix up enough of what you need. So I tend to do my mixing just right with my brush, right on the palette, and I just kind of test it on a scrap piece before I go in and touch the actual artwork.
That's a really good point.
Genius.
Yeah, it's just like, I think a lot of people don't realize that even when I'm inking lines, if I'm using a brush to ink solid pure ink, most of the ink in that drawing that you see ends up on the scrap piece of paper on the side. When you have a loaded brush, you don't want to take a fully loaded brush and go right into your piece unless you're filling in a large area of black. So I always will actually take a piece of paper and I'll actually just pull lines until I get the thinness or the thickness that I want. And once I kind of feel like, okay, that's as thin as I want it, I can go in and I can work with that thinness of line, which is already kind of preloaded in the brush. And the shape of the brush is already corresponding to me pulling these long lines. Like if I do a fully loaded brush right here, I'll try to show you on a clean piece of paper. If I do, I'll just load my brush with ink here. If I just go with a solid high pressure pull, I get a really thick line. But as I go thinner and thinner, I can get very, very, very fine lines. And it's just about a matter of control and pressure. And if I want them to be gray, I can dip my water, brush in the water and come at it and then hit it with a little bit of a lighter, tone. So it's really just a lot of the work that you don't see in the printed page is the stuff that ends up on the scrap paper, or these palettes that I use. Like I have these all over the place, both sides usually just totally, a mess with ink. But that's where most of the work is actually getting done is off the work itself.
Yeah.
Genius, dude. Genius. Like what I like about everything that you guys are sharing with us, it's like practical effects and practical things that even an aspiring artist can latch on to, and in doing so now actually hopefully level up as well. And I'm very, very grateful for this. And with that being said, my friends, do not forget that if you were to like, share, and subscribe as well, we will keep up to date with our next session. And we were tossing around some ideas of there. Personally, I'm aiming for fantasy. I want to see some dragons. I want to see some beasts and monsters.
Oh, yeah.
But of course, we like the fans to weigh in as well. And then, of course, let us go back to Tony. Tony, I see you doing something over there. What are you doing, Tony? What is
What
this?
am I doing?
Yeah,
Well,
what is this that you're doing?
I
What
didn't
are
want to
you
let Govar hog up all the fun and do extra pieces. So I think I was like pretty close to finish with my Loki. So I started Harley Quinn, and I'm just gonna do like a close up, and we're just gonna do like some LGBT lipstick on her.
That's awesome, dude. That is awesome. But now, okay, but same question over here. Now you are working. Like, how are you controlling the bleeding effect over here?
With my telekinesis, I control the pigment.
Okay.
What?
Smoke and mirrors.
I see.
All
I see.
illusions.
Yeah.
It all
It's
makes
all
sense
digital.
now. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense now. Hashtag Nails. Oh man, guys. You know what? Again, I am so incredibly grateful to all of you guys for making the time to hang out with us. We have roughly about 12 minutes left on the stream, so we're just gonna toss it around. Hey, come on, man. Throwing me shade at that, but guys, just for everyone watching and whoever may be watching live and whoever's going to catch us later, again, I strongly urge you and encourage you to start looking at investing in original art. Let me break it down to you, right? And this is the sale pitch, guys. Bear with me over here. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm lying, right? Here's the thing. As you know, collecting is a major part of my life, and there's two reasons for that. Reason number one, it adds value to my life. It gives me a sense of purpose, a sense of meaning, something that grounds me in the chaos that is the world. But on top of that, what tends to happen is if you are very discerning about what it is that you are collecting, you may find that it actually does develop a subjective and objective value. In other words, pesa mula, greenbacks, the matchas. That's what we're talking about over here, right? Now, here's the thing. If you follow our series coming up where we talk about comic books and stuff that's trending up over there, you're going to learn more about how that works. Now, what my friends here do is they actually create the original artwork. Yes, exactly that. And by following on this stream over here, and once this is done, going and following each and every one of them on their respective social media platforms, you will be able to actually invest in. Now, notice the words I use. I didn't say go buy. I didn't go say spend on. I said you will be able to invest in custom original art. And what you're also doing is assisting these artists over here during these trying and turbulent times. So, guys, we're going to be talking more about that. And in the weeks and days to come, we will also be having, hopefully, one-on-one sessions with each of these artists and many other friends of ours, where we're going to talk more to you about the mayhem and the magic that goes into creating pieces like this. Guys, how was that for sales pitch there?
That was great.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm bringing you to my next con.
Absolutely beautiful.
On it.
I'm shedding a tear.
On it. Okay. So,
Did you write that down first?
Yeah, absolutely. Karine Ben says, "Hey guys, just found the stream. Thanks for sharing and hanging out." So
Hey,
much
Karine.
love to you, Karine. Much love. Just remember that this video will be over here as well. So what you can do is then later, after we're done with the live stream, you can actually go on back and watch the first part of the stream, and this is the second half of it as well. So yeah, guys. Now, very quickly, we're going to pan around. We have about 9 minutes left. I need you guys to talk to us about what you're currently working on, where you can, and also where guys can, what it is that guys can get involved with, if there is anything like that as well. How about we start with Paul?
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me
Easy.
think. Working on this, that. I have beside me, I guess I have a couple of Spider-Man commissions. I'll show you. This is kind of just started. That.
Yes.
Peter Parker pulling on the symbiote.
Ooh.
And then there's this one, which I didn't really start yet.
I like that one the best.
Yeah.
So good.
That's perfect.
It's pretty interpretive. Very moderate. Yeah, that's what I've been working on.
It moves me. It's just a
Sold.
life.
Sold to see.
Life is a blank canvas, is it not? Yes. Okay. But Paul, there was a big project that you were working on that you spoke to us last month. You spoke to us about last month, and you were saying that things are still in progress over there. Can you share more updates about that, or are you back to Mum's the Word mode?
Yeah, I don't know which one you're talking about. Like, there was a short comic strip that I was working on.
That's the one.
That's the one. Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, that was available for a couple of days, and then the creator of that is gonna actually put it in print, and he's like selling it or shopping it around to different places. So I'm not entirely sure what the future of that is going to be, but it will be in print somewhere.
Okay, awesome. Once again, follow Paul on his socials to keep up to date with all of his shenanigans. Now, on the topic of shenanigans, because
one other thing.
Yes?
Can you show your Dracula piece?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Because it's amazing.
I've pretty much done that. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to show it, but I don't.
I don't know.
You absolutely are. You absolutely are.
That is
so
phenomenal. Wow.
Yeah.
So Tony, we suck.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Can't really.
I haven't even
That
seen
is
wow.
phenomenal.
That is just
Wild, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it was like, I don't know, Mike. I was listening to you talk about something. You were like saying, like, you do like your best work when you're not really compensated too much.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's so true. Oh my God.
It's so true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he gave us free reign to do whatever we want, right? And like, yeah, okay. And you kind of just go overboard.
Yeah. No, that's true. Like, I mean, least paid, but like everybody's knocking it out of the park.
Yeah. Like,
all my charity work is the best. Like, it always comes out the best if I'm not getting paid. It's like, man, I hope my publishers never find that.
Yeah, right.
We really need to flip that somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Awkward. Okay, so guys, we are probably going to go a few minutes over time over here, and we encourage you to just stick with us over here because I really do want my friends to share what they're working on. And with that being said, let us turn our attention to Rayman. Ray, what's been going on?
Yeah, so let me just zoom out a bit so everyone can see. Right, so I've mostly finished. I'm just busy putting in some final details on my boy. So actually I had a lot of fun doing this, guy. So Aqualad really does mean a lot to me, and I actually always any chance I get to draw him, it's just always a great opportunity. So as mentioned earlier, I used the glorious cheat method, but now I've made that water my own. So I've drawn into it with pastels and I've done a whole bunch of stuff, so it doesn't look like I was naughty. So that's a big thing. But I also just wanted to speak to the theme of tonight, which is obviously drawing for pride. And to any of you that are actually watching at the moment and you feel like you're lost and you don't understand or what you're going through, or you feel like you're completely alone, remember that art is a very, very easy way to reach out to people without necessarily having to be too, let's say, vocal. Like if you're worried about someone that might react badly to how you're feeling, there are ways to express yourself. There are safe places to speak to people. And the important thing is you need to understand that you are not alone. And I think everyone can agree in this panel that art unites us. We are all here because we love comics and we love characters. And that's the important thing, is that the one thing you will always have in common with everyone in this panel is that you love comics and you love art. And the thing is, you are never alone. And there is always going to be someone out there that understands you, that will listen to you. And that's the important thing here. The reason why it's called pride is that you should be proud of yourself. Okay. No, never let anyone ever tell you that you're not good enough, that you are inadequate in any way whatsoever. And I don't just mean I don't just refer to sexual orientation here. I just mean in general, like if anyone's ever made you feel less than, never ever let them bring you down, because people are mean for different reasons, but sometimes it's because they're mean because they're scared. And it's a lesson I learned a long time ago, and it's something that everyone should really appreciate and understand, is that you aren't alone, and that's the big thing. So always be willing and able to speak to someone, because there is someone out there that's willing to listen to you.
I am proud of the fact that I was part of this stream to hear you say that.
Yeah.
Thank
Wow,
you.
That was beautifully well said, and
Perfectly said.
I haven't heard. That was just gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well done.
I'm pretty humbled by that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So who's following Ray?
Nobody.
Who's next?
Mike Rooth. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, just I don't think I could, come near topping that. But absolutely, like, never, don't apologize for who you are. Like, don't ever feel the need to apologize for how you live or how you love or anything. Like, I've been on a long journey about that myself in my own life, and I started out with some very conservative roots and very conservative upbringing, and had some very hard feelings about people who walked a different path than I did. And I think going to art school and then meeting friends in arts and traveling the country and just seeing how people live and how diverse we all are, like all those hang-ups I had and that lasted way too long, they're all gone now, and I've really come to kind of get a better look at myself as a result of getting a look at everyone around me. And because I grew up in a small town with very small minds, and unfortunately, when you grow up in that kind of a cage, it's hard to see or imagine outside of yourself, and the judgment and the sense of right and wrong that comes with a person's whole existence is something that's always kind of on the table. And it's been a long journey of understanding for me, and I just want anyone who's listening to me or following me that I'm very happy to be there for you and to listen to your troubles, and to let you know that you're not alone, and that Ray mentioned the fear aspect. Sometimes people are cruel because they have these fears themselves, and they have these questions themselves, and these self-doubt that they have to mask behind hatred or behind bigotry or whatever it is. But you're not alone, and you're loved, and just come on board, and you have a safe place with me if you ever want to just hang out and do some drawing, or talk about drawing, or talk about whatever kind of art you want to make. I'm your pal. That's
Awesome.
all I can say.
Wow. You guys, you gave me all emo and stuff over here. Like I'm out of here, like just be my bad boy self, because tough and all of that. And you guys are like hitting all the feels over here, Who's I can't even do this no more, like who's next now? I can't English again now. Come on, man.
I can't English again.
I make no apologies.
Okay, right. So is anyone pitching? Nobody wants to pitch their work now.
Well, I can just show quickly what I'm doing here. Yeah, like I'm drawing the third issue of Dodge right now. So I'm just picking up where the issue 2 left off, where we have the main character carrying his injured friend through Siberia while they're being chased by werewolves. And so it's been lots of fun to draw this character, and the cool things that are happening. So yeah, this is Dodge by Matt Nixon as the writer, and myself as the artist and co-creator. And issue 3 is on deck right now, and hopefully we'll have the Kickstarter for that very soon.
That's great, man.
You can jump on board, and we'll have issues 1 and 2 available hopefully during the Kickstarter for number 3, and that way you can get the whole story. From the jump, if you're just new to the story. But it's about a commando werebear that battles evil Russians in Cold War Siberia, kind of a super soldier team of kind of like G.I. Joe meets Hellboy, basically, in a nutshell.
Awesome.
That's a good elevator pitch. Yeah.
Hot dang. Okay, so then with that being said, Tony, what are you? What's going on? Like, what are you working on? Where are you? What are you doing?
Well, I'm currently finishing up this Harley Quinn, like kind of close up with the lipstick and stuff. But outside of this, right now I am painting a web comic about the 442nd Battalion in World War II. They were a Japanese American battalion.
Cool.
Yeah, I heard
Cool,
about. I was
man.
talking about this. Amazing.
So while their families were in the camps in the U.S. Interned in those camps, many of them were fighting in World War II against the Nazis. And the crazy thing about this, especially, was that the 442nd is the most decorated medals, awards, whatever, for or however you want to measure it, battalion in all of U.S. history, in any war, in any decade, in any century. It is this particular group of soldiers. So I am doing a mixed media painting, everything on it, and currently in the. I have a.
How much of pressure are you feeling working on a project like that?
Oh, it's a lot, because I've been the past couple of months. So I've been doing a lot of research. So I'm writing and drawing and painting it. And I fell across this story several months ago when there was a lot of anti-Asian American sort of issues in the news. And I just started going in through our history, and I fell across this little nugget, and it flashed through this documentary just saying, like, yeah, they were the most decorated in all of U.S. history. And I was like, wait, I'm not really, I consider myself relatively fluid with history, and I had heard nothing about this, and I just fell down a rabbit hole. And the stories and the little anecdotes and the letters that were written around the 442nd, these Japanese American soldiers, is just amazing. It almost writes itself.
It really does.
It really, yeah. Any kind of those old war stories, it's always amazing that the characters that emerge are just like they're 10 times more heroic than the ones we grew up reading about, in their own way, because it was real. It's unbelievable. Some of these figures in our military history that we never hear about. We never learn that in school. You have to dig kind of deep to find those stories, and they're just mind blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. So that's what I've been kind of working on. That's my little project, and that's finally gotten into the painting of the first episode, I guess, on web comics are called episodes and stuff like that. So I'm in that process. So I can't turn back now. And so now I'm just saying, yep, that's what I'm doing.
How many episodes do you think you're going to do?
Oh, it's going to be a while. I'm specifically looking at a small 5-day battle where they go and rescue the Texas Battalion, which was another battalion that was caught behind enemy lines. So they were surrounded. The Texas Battalion was caught behind enemy lines, surrounded by Nazis. The U.S. had sent several other attempts to try to rescue them. And finally, they said, well, just send in the Japs, quote unquote. And this 3-4 day battle to rescue the Texas Battalion is what I'm going to focus on. And there's a lot to say about it. So
wait, man.
I'm resisting to urge to just Google it and just wait for what you actually produce.
Yeah, well, that's the weird part about this. So I'm like, part of me is like, well, I'll be showing, once I get a little bit more done, I'll be like posting like little bits and more into it, because I'm like, well, technically everyone knows, like you can just Google it and it's on Wikipedia and it's all out there. I've obviously done more research than just Wikipedia, but
right.
Yeah, so I have no concerns really of like what Mike was saying before. Is like, well, I can't really show too much because, I don't want to ruin the story. And I was like, well, the story is already out there if you really want it.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, you have something like that, like it's like a shared piece of history, and like to just put on what you said, it's an almost hidden piece of history, So like you have to do it justice. I don't envy you, brother. I don't envy you, but you know what? If there's anyone who's equal to the task, you would have to be Wall Street correspondent extraordinaire.
And on another small side note project, and as a segue to Dan Govar, Dan and I will probably be launching our YouTube channel. You'll if you follow us, we'll be a few things of that. Probably within the next week or so. But finally, we're getting there. You'll hear more definitely this week.
Oh, can't
Dude,
wait.
I had such a cool segue to introduce that exact thing over there, but okay, we'll save that for next month's stream. But I think then with that being said, okay, shall we then go to Govaring the knowledgeable with brushes galore and paintings a three. Nope, terrible rhyming, but the tone was nice. Daniel.
Did you like my song?
Daniel.
I'm what am I working on? Let's see. What am I working on that I can talk about? The main thing I've been working on I can't talk about. Our channel is going to be amazing. It's mostly going to be us picking a topic each month and kind of going off on that topic while we paint. So it'll be a lot like what you're seeing right here. We'll probably spend 30 minutes at the top of each episode picking one character or topic or thing to paint in 30 minutes. Tony and I have been doing that for a while now, just on our live stream or on our Instagram stuff via live. And the one criticism that we've got is that a lot of people don't go on Instagram. So we've kind of wanting to adopt something that was more archived on YouTube. So
I guess I'm not cool anymore.
But
so
you're
yeah,
still
that's
beautiful. You're still beautiful.
Yeah, you're always going to be cool. What are you talking about? But no, that's the thing that we've been kind of toying with and working on for a while now. Kind of getting all the channel stuff squared away.
Yeah, branding and scripts and ideas.
It's grueling.
It really is.
Yeah.
But it's going to be awesome, guys. It's going to be awesome. So
once
again, guys,
it'll be a weird mix between industry stuff and just convention life, and also just art process. I'm sure that we'll have an entire episode on textures. That just does nothing but talk about how we create different textures. And a lot of times our warm-ups might be something like that, like something with shiny metal. How do you watercolor shiny metal?
Very cool.
That sounds epic. Can hardly wait. So, guys, that brings us to the end of the stream over here. Once again, I thank you for joining us. We do apologize for our little technical hiccup of this slightly earlier. If you missed any part of the first half of the stream or here, then just be sure to catch it on the Comic Con Africa YouTube channel. And if you are new over here, be sure to like and subscribe. That would help us out a lot. Also, you know how this algorithm is all kinds of weird and whatnot. So show us your love in the comments as well. That definitely helps. But the best way you can help each and every one of us is by going and supporting my friends over here. So once again, I remind you, you need to go and follow them in all of their respective social media platforms and go cray, like go all kinds of cray with the liking and the sharing, the subscribing, because even if you can't necessarily purchase the art for whatever reason, creating an awareness of it, spreading the word about it is the next best thing. So saw it over here first. Be sure to show your love and show your support. Take to the interwebs and tell everyone about it. We will announce shortly what our next topic will be and when our next stream will be. You want to click on the little bell thingy somewhere at the bottom of the screen so you don't miss that as well. And we will chat to you guys soon. Ciao.
Bye.
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 Launchy.